Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Demas Rusli and I'm a photographer and designer based in Sydney, Australia. In this video we're checking out the newly announced Galaxy S26 Ultra. I'll start by running through the updated specs and hardware, then since I'm a photographer, I'll share some test photos and videos taken using this phone, and finally I'll walk through some of the software features, including some of the new Galaxy AI tools available on this phone. Alright, let's jump into it. Starting with the hardware, the Galaxy S26 Ultra continues with that premium Ultra design with the clean, boxy silhouette and refined edges. The corners are a little bit more rounded compared to the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and it now matches the design language of the rest of the S26 line. It feels solid in hand and has a bold looking camera layout on the back. The look of the camera module has taken inspiration from the Z Fold 7 series that launched just over 6 months ago, which has given the camera bump an extra 2mm in height, making it very rocky on a table if you don't use a case. The buttons are positioned where you'd expect on the right side of the screen where your thumb is, and overall it feels super premium in hand. The sides now match the color of the back of the phone as opposed to the silver sides on the S25 Ultra, which definitely looks better and more sleek in my opinion. The height and width are pretty much identical to the S25 Ultra at 163.6mm and 78.1mm respectively, and it's now 0.3mm thinner at 7.9mm, not including the camera module. The weight is now 4 grams lighter at 214 grams. So overall, the feel in hand is very similar to the Galaxy S25 Ultra, with the same smooth finish on the back of the phone as well. The materials used on this phone are Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for the back and Armor Aluminium for the frame, which is different to the titanium frames from the S25 Ultra. The Galaxy S26 Ultra features a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a Quad HD Plus resolution of 3120 by 1440, and an adaptive refresh rate from 1 to 120Hz. All the same specs as the S25 Ultra. The display is made up of Corning Gorilla Glass Armor 2, which should be more durable than last year's model. As always with Samsung's displays, it is sharp, vibrant, and incredibly smooth thanks to that adaptive refresh rate. Watching videos and reviewing images on the screen looks amazing. There's also this new privacy display feature that digitally makes your display harder to see at an angle. When you activate this, the screen does get a little bit dimmer though. Here's what it looks like turned on next to the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The cool thing about this is that you can actually customize it to only cover up certain parts of the screen as well. Like when you're using certain apps, when you're inputting a PIN or a password, or when a notification appears. This is super handy for when you're in a public or crowded place and don't want people peeping at your screen. Definitely a great new feature. Powering the S26 Ultra is a new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 octa-core chipset, which makes everything feel super fast and responsive. The battery is still 5000 mAh, which is the same as the previous 3 models, but should perform better with the new chipset. It now supports 60 watts super fast charging. Previously the maximum was 45 watts, along with super fast wireless charging. From my experience so far, the battery life has been very solid, easily lasting a full day of heavy use. In terms of storage, you can choose between 256 gigs, 512 gigs or 1 terabyte. There is a function to record videos straight to an external hard drive like an SSD though, which is handy. The RAM comes in 12 gigs or 16 gigs if you go for the 1 terabyte model, which has increased from last year. This is great if you're someone who multitasks a lot or works with large files. The starting retail price for the Galaxy S26 Ultra ranges from $2,199 to $2,949 Australian dollars, which is slightly more expensive than last year's launch. It will come in a range of colors including black, sky blue, cobalt violet, and white, with silver shadow and pink gold as online exclusives. The black one I have here looks super clean and minimal, and it definitely fits that premium Ultra aesthetic. There's still a built-in S Pen on the bottom left corner of the phone, which is great for note-taking and drawing. The placement of it on the curved part of the phone means that you can only put the pen in one way, so it matches the curve of the phone. If you put the pen in the opposite way, it'll stick out a bit from the edges. So now let's talk about the cameras, which is the most exciting part for me. On the back, the Galaxy S26 Ultra features a 200 megapixel wide camera at f1.4, a 50 megapixel ultra wide at f1.9, a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto at f2.4, and a 50 megapixel 5x telephoto at f2.9, which has optical quality zoom up to 10x and a digital zoom all the way to 100x. This is a good improvement as the apertures of the 1x and the 5x cameras have gotten bigger compared to the S25 Ultra. This means that 2 out of the 4 cameras should be better at night and have better depth of field as well. The 200 megapixel main camera with an f1.4 aperture should perform really well in low light, and also gives you tons of detail when you want to crop in, as you'll see in the camera test later in this video. On the front, there's a 12 megapixel selfie camera at f2.2, which is the same as the S25 Ultra. I mainly shoot in the 12 megapixel standard resolution mode for everyday use, but having those higher 50 or 200 megapixel options is great when you really want that extra detail. A few improvements to the camera experience is that you can now zoom in to 25x while shooting videos. Previously, the maximum was at 20x when shooting videos. There are now built-in LUTs when recording in log as well. This is great for visualizing what the final look will look like. You can add, change, or turn off these built-in LUTs afterwards in the gallery app. At the moment, you aren't able to put in your own custom LUTs just yet, but hopefully that's a feature that we can utilize in the future. You can now shoot videos in APV format as well. This format retains visually lossless clarity even after multiple rounds of editing, but it does take up a lot of storage space, which is where the external hard drive will come in handy if you choose to shoot in this format. Finally, there's this new horizontal lock feature that keeps the horizon always straight even when you flip your phone upside down, which helps when you're filming while moving. I've been testing the photo and video quality on this Galaxy S26 Ultra over the last week, so here are some unedited samples straight out of the camera for you to check out. So this is the footage from the selfie camera at 4K 30 FPS and also testing the mic on this phone as well. And this is what a selfie video looks like using the 0.6x camera on the back. So this is what the dual recording mode looks like in picture-in-picture mode where I'm in the top left corner, and this is what the dual recording looks like where it's a split screen down the middle. So now let's do a quick fire run through of some of the other new software features that will launch on this Galaxy S26 Ultra. The ones from the Galaxy S25 Ultra and the Z series are still there, but let me just walk through some of the ones that are new to this phone. Updated Galaxy AI Photo Assist. So with this new update, you can open any photo in your gallery app, and when you click this Galaxy AI button, you're going to be presented with 4 options: AI Eraser, Move, Create, and Style. AI Eraser is pretty self-explanatory. This is where you can circle unwanted objects from your photos and Galaxy AI will remove them for you, and the results are usually pretty clean. Similarly, for the Move option, you can select any part of your photo again and then move them to another part of your photo. In this option, you can also expand your backgrounds by using this rotational slider. In Create, you can circle a specific part of your photo and you can write a prompt to describe exactly what you want to change for that specific part of the photo. And finally, if you click the Style option, this is where you can change the style of your photo to all these different ones that's been preloaded on the phone, or you can find more in the Galaxy Store. Make sure you try out and experiment with all these different options in the updated Photo Assist. It can actually be very useful. There's also this new Finder menu on the home screen on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, which is a quicker way to search for files, apps, settings, or anything else on your phone. Finally, there's Creative Studio. This can be found via the Edge panel on the home screen. In here, you can create stickers for your messaging apps, invitations, greeting cards, wallpapers, and so much more, all in these different styles using Galaxy AI. Have a go, get creative, and have fun with it. So over the past week of using the Galaxy S26 Ultra, it's been a really solid experience. I wouldn't say it's a massive upgrade compared to the S25 Ultra, but it's more of a refinement to the Ultra formula that's been working for Samsung over the last few years. In my opinion, I think the phone is great. The display is stunning, performance is fast and responsive, battery life is reliable, and the improved camera system gives you so much more versatility, especially if you're into photography or content creation like I am. So what do you think of this Galaxy S26 Ultra? If you have any questions regarding the phone, especially about the cameras, drop them in the comments below. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and stay tuned for lots more creative content coming soon. As always, thanks so much for watching, and remember to always push your creativity to the next level. Bye!